ki khubor ka Batisi TV lawan rashapi da ka Orange Nissan Loom so pho near Fire Brigade Shillong
kan long ka sngi ka bansa jingkin mau ya ka Southwest Khasi Hills District baro ka way ha ka ba Chief Justice jong ka yeng bishar Meghalaya High Court u Bishwana Somader ula Plie ya ka Kashari jong ka Southwest Khasi Hills District ha ka bala sakhi lang da menteri katanat law u James PK Sangma u menteri katanat PHE u ba Renington Lingdo Tongkhar nang tadi ki nong bishar jong ka yeng bishar Meghalaya High Court u RV Moore u ba HS Thankeo u ba W Dingdo bat kiway hadin baladep ban pli pa ba ya kani ka Kashari u Chief Justice ulu ya shimbenta pat ha ka jingthung ya ki ten riding ha phalau jong ka Kashari
Great pride and pleasure for me to be present here in Southwest Khasi Hills District, which is a land of tremendous natural beauty on its momentous day for the inauguration of this court building. This district with I think a population of over 1 lakh was created on 3rd of August 2012 and since then has been on the path of development in all respects. And in its journey, the separation of the judiciary executive and the establishment of the District and Sessions Court in Maukrowat on 31st August 2019, one can say is a great milestone. And the District Judiciary has been functioning, I think, from temporary premises for the last 2 years. And in spite of these severe constraints from operating from inadequate infrastructure, has endeavored to bring about justice to the doorstep of the people in the district. Now with the permanent court building, which is in place, I'm sure that the people, litigants, will be served much better by the district judiciary. This permanent court building would not have been possible without the efforts and collaboration of the government, the contractors, and also the officers and staff, and all of the people involved. And in this regard, I would like to place on record that this day has become a reality also because of the guidance and leadership of the Honorable Chief Justice of Meghalaya, that is Sri Bishwana Somader, who since assuming the office of Chief Justice of Meghalaya has been singularly responsible for speeding up and putting the district judiciary in the entire state on a firm footing, whether it be in terms of infrastructure or the complete separation of the judiciary from the executive, which has been achieved in the state.
I'm very grateful to be a part of inauguration of our court building. As we all know, access to justice is one of the most fundamental tenets of the Constitution. Therefore, to ensure that such access is not diminished, adequate infrastructure need to be provided to the court. The presence of an immaculate physical infrastructure would guarantee that litigants are able to navigate, interact, and communicate efficaciously. This aspect elucidates the correlation between access to justice and physical infrastructure. With the presence of this court complex proper infrastructure, we may expect the service of the Legal Aid Council and State Defense Council for the needy and poor litigants Sometimes there are poor families who deserve to get justice, but they do not have financial support to avail that. If we can have the legal aid and state defense, we can bring at par the rich and poor in the eye of the law.
The idea of judicial infrastructure cannot be one that is static. Rather, it should respond and adapt to the changes in the surrounding context. More often than not, location of courts, their professional surroundings, and access play a pivotal role in a litigant's decision to even approach the court. One is compelled to remember the humble yet confident address by the Chief Justice of Madras, Sir Arthur Collins in 1862. He spoke for the future with vibrant optimism that predicted the ability and the courage of the proponents of law who will administer justice according to the law of the land in the institutions of the court. The building of the court, therefore, becomes symbolic that it is the institution that eventually matters, not any individual as whosoever he may be or she may be. We are indeed so fortunate to have this not just beautiful building, but also a very functional building. I'm sure that this building will serve as a constant reminder to the people of this district that justice is just a stone's throw away. This building is brand new today, but time will take its toll. But the institutional structure that has association with dispensation of justice has the innate energy and the life stem that can defeat the capture of history or the capture of time. On this occasion, and in a place like Mokarwat, it is but fitting to talk about the idea of justice embedded into a philosophical tenet of the Khasi people, the concept of Kamai Yaka Hok. The philosophy talks about building the idea of everyday life around justice, integrity, truth, and righteousness. It is a part of the traditional Khasi culture where every member of the society would have been taught about this prudent philosophy as they were growing up. To look at it from a very technical lens, law has institutions today, but the fundamental concepts of the importance of justice is actually ingrained in almost all the traditions of various societies and cultures. We have so much to learn from such ancient wisdom, like the concept of justice found in the Kamai Yaka Hok. I am sure that the presence of this court complex will bring relief to litigants and justice will be nearer to the people of Southwest Khasi Hills. I have always mentioned this, and I would like to reiterate this again here, that the state government has and will always remain committed to extend all assistance and cooperation to strengthen the judicial system in Meghalaya. And today's inauguration will stand as a testimony to that. I am highly grateful to the Government of India for supporting the Meghalaya government under the centrally sponsored scheme. I am also very thankful to the Honorable Chief Justice of the High Court, His Lordship, Shri Vishwanath Somadarji, for his initiative to oversee and ensure that the inauguration of the court building in this district takes place today.
That we have been able to complete this infrastructure of a permanent court building in record time. What it means for the people of the Southwest Khasi Hills district is giving all of you easier access to justice. Now, what do we mean by justice? what we mean is that which establishes clearly and unequivocally the rights of the citizen through procedure established by law. Rule of law, the purpose of introduction of rule of law is only to introduce justice. And as my predecessors have spoken before me, I would like to emphasize that rule of law is for everyone, and so is the concept of justice. One of the endeavors of the district judiciary will be, apart from having special courts like child-friendly courts, which will handle POCSO cases where children have to be taken extra care, so they are, because they are at their vulnerable their vulnerability is quite likely to be exposed in situations where they have to confront with situations which even adults don't usually come across. Not only will have child-friendly courts, but through the District Legal Services Authority, we will bring access to justice at the doorsteps of those, especially those who belong to the marginalized section of the society here. Justice cannot be confined to only those who can afford justice. Justice is for everyone, and access to justice is one of the primary motives of the legal service movement throughout the country. This access to justice brings not only accessibility but also introduces a sense of confidence especially in respect of those members of our society who fall within the marginalized section. Live up to your expectation and ensure that rule of law is established by ensuring justice for all without fear or favor, affection or ill will. Learned judicial officers who are present here today, I have a request to all of you. Try not to let down the very people, the common man, who still, in spite of so much of odds, has complete faith in this great institution which renders justice. Be a little sensitive, especially towards those litigants who come from the marginalized section of the society. They have nowhere to go. They come crying for justice. They have no one to fall back upon. We will make an effort not to let them down. And as I have said earlier in previous speeches, the Legal Services Authority of the state, which functions through the District Legal Services Authority, shall take all possible steps to ensure that quality justice reaches the doorstep of the common man, and access to justice is not does not remain just a spoken phrase, but a reality to all those who are in need of it.
Satang hajing mudur bayak ya impalai menreu kelen saudong udang hasat tijuk hapne kami mariang rasen syaga rajing sokun kapor ketelas ban perkatem nang batai namar kibiu mentang ila pertai kasatang kamnong syukum mensyuak bahwa kadang sensyar mendapat kapal surga katno kajing snokmen yang kadang katang jongi of course yang bisa lawan terima kasih yang bisa dan buram kalah dan hamau keruat ya tiba syak banding kan pelak lajin sok-sak maroi ukun bendriu lahas karmenong kendang kunjuk di jajing sniu dilawan bantu syayong sarkar gatai jing stat ban kang lak nong lek balai kapi ofis kemai ban bisya tak aing kajing terku ya distrik Southwest Khasi namar kaying bisyar balap mentak kasih hangi barok ni tua baka menorkan wansyong hangi ni sayo i baka hukan yang rasong katno kajing smokeman ya kadong katanjong ni office yang bisyar lawan kasih yang disyarkan buram kalah dan hamau keruat ya tiba syak banding dan pelak lajim sok-sak buram bakami ai ya kinong yalam sarkar tiba lawan rasyang ya kaying bisyar kinong bisyar basat nong bisyar badan buram ya kinong lek kam siu kim sa anjing dan shitom